Alrighty. Hopefully my volume is a little down. That way we can start playing more of this game. And I think this might be the last part. Who knows? Um, but hopefully this gets to the part where it gets really, really good. So here we go. Hoping, like I said, it's not too loud. Alright, maybe we might have to turn down just a little bit. I think that should be good. Let's see what happens. November 2nd, 1:14 p.m., the Supreme Court of the Judicature Court. I don't know why it doesn't matter. I'm always saying it every time. Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why have the son ingress into my courtroom? A judicial assistant and a woman? No less. The rules state that females are not to permit into this court of law other than to testify. Yes, I fully understand. I may ask only for 5 minutes of time. I have some visual evidence that I must hand over to the defense. Huh, you're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded. 5 minutes. I won't allow any moment more. But Your Excellency, let's see if I could just turn it down just a little bit. I think that should be fine. Or maybe I'll just turn it up a little bit. Just right there, okay. I am most grateful. Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now. What is it? A report or something? Written in English? It's Joe Bentz's research. The Englishwoman's? After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical facility and borrowed this paper. Oh yes, that's right. Miss Burnett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, has to do something with the case? I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the process of the trial myself. Oh, no, of course not. Special characteristics of curacao and the effects on human subjects. Interesting. Curaria? 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 What is that? Never heard that word before. Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. This was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I summarized what I could have on the note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it. This is wonderful. Thank you. This report has been okay. So, a report detail an unknown poison that Miss Burrell has been researching during her time at the university. Oh. Goodbye then, and good luck. A poison, you say? You have had long enough, Counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer. Wait, did she had a white thing instead of black? I can't really remember for sure what it was, but I don't care. I just asked the prosecution and the defendant now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but the prosecutor has made the case clearly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. We're out of options here. This is really our very last chance. Yes, I know. Your Excellency, the defense has new evidence. That look. The unity stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Burt. Yes, Your Excellency. Yes, Your Excellency. If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you can grace us with your appearance a little longer. It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not that very long until tea time. I'll have to... Forgive me, Miss Britz. It seems that I wasn't clear. I realized this was phrased as a question. However, I must ask you to treat it as an order. I said many times before, but a Japanese language makes no sense. My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel, what is this new evidence that demands the court's attention? Well, it's obviously going to be this one. Can we examine this first? A poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungle of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times in killing their prey. Effects: instant paralyzation of the entire body in the substance death, even in minute dose. Routing of entry. The above mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound such as that infected by a blowpipe dart. Due to its ability to redeem the human body physiologically, it believed that the toxins could have applicated as an anesthetic. However, a solution from the Brazilian arrest caused as the result of the full body paralyzed must be found first, or the patient will die of suffocation. Oh, so that's how he died. So I'm guessing with the when he went to the dentist, I think they put anesthetic and they used this poison instead of the actual one, and I guess it causes his death. Oh, okay, let's present. Miss Julia Britz, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at Yumi University, doing research. Research by shearing coincidence, perhaps, into a deadly poison. What? Poison? Where are you going with this, counsel? A toxin known as Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death. What? What complete and utter nonsense. Cura, you say? I never even heard of it. You wouldn't have done. What do you mean? I mean that you wouldn't have heard of Cura before, but for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist? Correct. Which means, no matter what test the police can do for toxins, they never identify Cura. Why? Because this is no test available here that can identify the high deadly poison. What? Order. Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report, authorized by the visitor's research student from England, Cura has long been used by tribe people of South America as a poison that lances their arrows. It seems that it's reasonably known among European doctors and scientists to lace their arrows. The report states that it's the process from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle, and it's first brought back to Europe at the turn of the country by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows lanced with Cura suffered instant death. Doesn't that sum about it right, Miss Brits? Trempathy. These applicants are utter temporary. To start with it, if the victim had been, I'm sorry, with some of this so-called deadly poison, how would it have been surrounded by written in pain and other diners that would have surely noticed? That's true. What do you have to say, Inspector? Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't even notice that the professor has been kind of in pain. According to this, however, there's another way around. What do you mean, another way around? The very fact that the victim doesn't show any visible sign of stress. This evidence that Cura was used. Explain yourself, counsel. The moment that the toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralyzing. In other words, the victim loses all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would have been no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible. Obviously, if a man lost all strength of his muscles, he'll collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him from support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow. That's just paralyzing. I thought the poison was causes instant death. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison caused immediately paralyzation, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles control reposition to fail. Respiration? In other words, an actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while, the victim is cautious and aware, just unable to move. That's horrendous. To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. And before the victim himself, his final movement would be a living hell. That is the true nature of the deadly Cura poison. Everyone's so silent. And you suggest that this bottle, counsel, actually contains this terrifying poison? This is all very concerning, isn't it? The unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for defense. Ahem, if I may. All these facts... Oh, shit. It is you who must be taught. Of course. Dear lady. So, this is how you Japan behave, isn't it? Japanese, isn't it? What? You steal others' honest hard work and then announce the result as if you discovered them. I appealed, what a loathsome act. Well, Miss Brits, the feeling is mature. Whatever you mean. Capitalization on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him from a hideous crime. That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree? Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great Empire of Japan is breaking the rules. Oh, really? Oh, she's laughing now. What's so funny? I don't know. Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brooks. May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? Well, yes. I don't see, why not? Oh, she's gonna drink it, huh? Don't get too big on your boots. You insignificant little island boy. Sorry. To the Englishwomen such as myself, this whole affair is a fantasy comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtrooms, it's laughing, really. But I'm getting bored of all this now, and it's time for the game to end. Cheers. Oh, is she gonna drink it? Wait, what are you doing? No sparks left at all. How appreciative for this shabby affair. Oh, man. So she proves that there's no poison in the fucking water. Goodness. Whatever is the matter, y'all look quite stunned. So, no cura. The bottle was clean. This is what you're saying? You look quite intelligent, little boy, but of course, it's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the finding of my research so continually here in this grand view most kindly. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brits. I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've got more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries. Yes, dear lady. We are most grateful for all the assistance you have given. Damn, man. That doesn't make sense. There had to been poison in that bottle. Somehow, how did she swallow the whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it. Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little fair Eastern Canada will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But that can't have been, because otherwise she would have kneel over dead. Come on. We have the clues now. That bottle of water. I'm going to say it contains no poison. Because I know what the answer is. As I thought, there is no poison in the bottle. Why? Isn't it obvious? If there was poison in there, it should have been dead by now. Something you're telling to me. But sometimes it needs an in a good stain until as the dark of your uniform is in the way in the world. Oh, that's what this color was supposed to represent? That was the guideless end to the prosecutor line for counsel which... What? Wait, is it that? Fool, are you blind? There's no possible way the bottle can contain poison, I mean. We just saw. Miss Pitts drank the water from it. That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. I believe that complication can be explained. How exactly? I need to think through all the things that didn't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence that we need in the record somehow. Has to be. Very well. If the defendant truly insisting this claim, then I must ask you to support this with evidence. What explains how the victim was able to consume this supposed water unscathed? What? Hold up. Let me... No! I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to fucking do that. Yeah. Alright, let me just examine it with A. Instant paralyzation of the entire body and subsequent death, even the minute dose. I think, I'm going to be honest. I think okay. I think this is I'm going to say it's this one. Or how should I do this? What does it say? The above method effects occurs when the poison enters the body through. Oh. Okay, let's do this. Yes. The answer is in this riddle, right here in Miss Riddle's own research report. That's not real explanation. No. After all, we don't speak English. That report is other gibberish. This imperially young shadow is trying to riddle the court, Your Excellency. I'm not trying to riddle anyone, honestly. I'm just reading Satile's notes. Oh, don't give me a penalty. I concur. This report is too extensive to catch in the entire court. Will you address us, the Protection Council? Which section of the report revealed the actual answer to the riddle? Special... What was it in? Special characteristics? Yeah, special characteristics. Okay. Uh, this one. We've been hearing a lot about this Kiraga poison, and it's left me curious about something. Oh, Counsel? Well, it sounds as though ingredient hunters have been using poison for years and years to lance the head of the arrow to shoot them at whatever prey they're hunting. So they've been led to believe yes. And the point of hunting is to cause the prey to eat. Get to the point. But if they were use these lance arrows, doesn't that mean that they would have to trace the poison left in the prey to the hunters that was going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunter would have want to eat their prey, would they? Because they have to been eating poison. Good gracious, Counsel. No, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to the conclusion from this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says, the poison starts by working after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes, the mention of the physical details seems a little strange to me, though. But all makes sense when you interrupt what's written like this. When Kira enters the body through an open wound, it has terrible poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body through the mouth, it has no poison effects whatsoever. What? Miss Brett? Your author of this research, you knew Kira's special characteristics, and you knew that you could have spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. You meddling little... Oh, we got her there. Rapsicle. Oh, shit. Well, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'll be. Really? Me? A lawyer? All this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. But oh shit. So, little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. I'm afraid knowledging doesn't suit you, little boy, if it makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? Your schoolish logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolish, boy? Flaw? As even your brain has managed to reduce Kiraga is safe to ingest, it seems likely that the effects are neutral by the actual nature of its critical subject. Oh, yes. Well, of course. Gastric suckers, what are they? So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drank, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? That's right. Good gracious. That's basic science. Science is even schoolboys should be able to understand, no? No, because there was a wound that he did suffer. Order in the court. The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest? Yes, the discussion of poison is completely irrelevant to the case of this trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you would understand something that simple as that. What is this? Whipping up all inside me. I never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the despite. It's so insane. Almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey. Oh shit. I don't think so, Miss Britz. How dare you use the tone with me? Knowing you're very well that there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. But you are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you, you must compel evidence, as well known that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would it alone be killed by the curative? Because of this one. What? Oh. That's right. Where was it? This one. And Miss Britz really pointed out that she drank the same water as the professor. Sorry. I thought that, like, the wound in the hand, but I forgot that he had fucking dental. Man, this is why I can't do puzzles when I think, like, oh, I gotta redo this and all that. However, there is a fatal difference between the two dinners. A fatal difference? I think she knows. The toxic effect of the cure only felt when the poison entered the body through an open wound. So, from a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But, what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had your tooth extracted, for example. Miss Britz, you're acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment on that day. So that's it. You used that knowledge to crystal this. Uh-oh. Is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked argument are also compelled. What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy, you'll find out soon enough. You see, when you leave visual evidence laying around, you never know what might happen to it. No. I mean, it could just slip. Oh, she's gonna... Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some critical evidence may have just been totally destroyed. No. What is this? What just happened? It's the English. She just smashed the bottle. And in the Supreme Court, what a terrible play. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect as many of the water from the broken bottle as possible at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assume it was soaked up by the water beautifully. You have either the technology nor the presence of the mind to recover it. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can trump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid I would never know now, will we, if there really was poison in the bottle, or not. And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel from the prosecution? Oh, of course, of course. You refer from this photograph print, I presume, dear lady. That's right. And really, look at the photograph. It's clearly as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting in his back to me. So of course the only person who could have shot him in the front is the little boy. Objection! No, you killed the victim that day using Kyoga. And then, in order to frame him from the crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol and you ranged him to find him on the floor, before you shot the professor dead in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all I had to do was turn the dead professor into his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say? I shoot the professor's dead body, didn't I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have to share the evidence. Exactly. And you have nothing to support your wild claims that the prosecutor stands remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Deliverance in cold blood by the accuser. This is unbelievable. How could this happen? We had her, but now she's really going to get away with it? The way to destroy the evidence was obsessed. Yes, we come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What do you mean? We lost a visual piece of evidence, that's true, but sure, if there is any clues left for us to use now. There must be in your hands. This must be in your hands. In my hand? My head? I told you before that your power observations were the only thing you could really depend on. Well, yes, that's true, but I don't manage to notice that this woman was foreigner from the sworn of her head. So think back now. Try to remember the very last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. What I saw, what I felt. Every color. Is Kyoga right? Wait a minute. Actually, I think I might have something. I think I went back over everything I saw. I think I might have uncovered another clue. So you already have something upon your sleeves, don't you? Come on then, let's wipe the smuggle off that Englishwoman's face with some evidence. Alright, I can't wait. Wait, what was in that picture? Nausea for me for a while, that feeling, absorbing the memories in that day, when it could be the key to arriving the truth all of this is. It's here, somewhere the clues that show who doctors are really killed. Wait, it's here somewhere the clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been. Wait a minute. Could it be? Inspector Hugan, answer me this. Yes, what is it? He's still miles away, probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you said a number of times now, you stray from a perfection in your investigation, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, a plate of the steak that you took from the victim's table that day. Wait a minute. Where are you going? Oh, shit. Where are you going with this, little boy? It's just, a memory has been troubling me. What memory? I saw this scene shown from this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that the wooden base on the plate that the steak was served on was a splatter of blood. What? Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, it must have been happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photographic and the ritual position of everything else. The plate of steak, it's almost directly behind the victim. Yeah, that's wondering, like, why is it behind the victim? I suppose if I have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there was no way that the victim would have ended up directly behind him. Yes. For blood to have made it from the plate to impulse the plate, it had been the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor as you were. I beg your pardon? This is beyond ridiculous. Precisely nonsense. Is the court seriously expected to believe that something of the accuser has apparently remembering seen? Oh shit. This could be the moment of my entire career in the police force have been leading to. Inspector? You mean... Yes, I took the plate in an attempt to preserve evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, the meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? You took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Britz, and I took the steak to the sergeant had been eating. And I did it all in the name of justice. That we can find out for sure whether or not there is bloodstains on Miss Britt's plate. We will examine it now. Inspector, the court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir. Sorry for the delay. Here is your order, the steak. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it? Of course there isn't. Quiet, Inspector. The blood. Man. Show it the court. Of course. Excuse for the plate as you lit. No blood. No blood anywhere. But no. That's impossible. I know, I saw it. I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate. This was unbecoming explanation, little boy. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Ugh. I couldn't agree more. In the case of disgrace to the Empire, I believe we may finally have reached a conclusion in this trial. Damn. Let's hope so. So let's pretend attempting at courtroom process is pain to watch. But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's all over. Sorry for looking. Sorry. This sorry looking steak reveals the fact that all too clearly. If the sorry looking accuser wishes to examine it again, be my guest. The plate of steak has been entered to the courtroom. Okay, the meal Miss Britt's ordered for lunch was removed from the victim's table after the incident. Was the play I saw, or I thought just a fragment of my imagination? Is it now? I've lost. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Huh? Let's not stop believing in yourself, but keep looking forward no matter what. Believing in myself? Really? Maybe I should have at least examined the evidence for myself. That bloodstain was going to the clinic to trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal another clue after all? Let's look at it. Huh? What in the world is this? I think that's a Cuban coin. At the handmark of the 100 era, I believe. No, I don't mean what is it. I mean, what is it doing here? Wait, did you say it was a Hockey Cuban? Yeah, it's part of the meat juice. It looks to be good condition. I imagine it's very stable. This isn't the first time today that it's been talking about a hoop. So I've been piercing for the swine, but I never heard of billionaire. I don't think you would again. Exactly though. This means it's clearly never expected to find a piercing coin underneath the thick cut of steak. And that's from the Hugo area too. That would make it really quite valuable. It would be a frame from the justice as well. Look. What are you thinking of eating it? No, but the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart is going to be racing after I lift up the meat and beneath for a prize. I think you might have been the wrong end to think about this. We're going underneath the steak. There's only one logic explanation. Oh, that's a bit weird, man. This emblem on the side of the plate. Is it a cat? It's a cow, obviously. That's a cow? I thought it was like a bull. I wonder what the difference between I want to know like how would an appearance with a cow and a bull? Because I know that there are some cows that have horns. I don't know what they're called, but I know that for sure. Most likely because of the restaurant's signature dish is beef steak. It seems a lot different restaurants have their own unique tableware. So this is a symbol of Le Carvel, isn't it? Anything under here? But that's weird that the coin is actually in there. There's another clue. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth. The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy friendship with the beef steak. Your Excellency, I think I made myself clear, haven't I? I wouldn't be able to turn a blind eye for any more unnecessary delay with this trial. I'm sorry, Miss Brits, but we have assured the examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I am completely satisfied that all reasonable doubts have been dispelled. I see. As a newly infirmary to my country, it is still your position, isn't it? Thank you, Your Excellency. Counsel of the defendants, you will now clearly show the court what you don't. We're presenting the plate of beef as new clues have found. Present? No, counsel. I'm afraid that wouldn't do. Wait, what? What the fuck? How do I turn the steak? Turn the steak over. Yeah, I already read this part. Yeah. Let's just go ahead. Come on. Good gracious. That's a Coben? What on earth? A hoodie one at that. Miss Britt, this is the fact that the beefsteak that you order at the restaurant on the day of the questioning, isn't it? Tell me, why is there an old coin somewhere hidden underneath the meat? Oh shit. What a ridiculous question. How should I know? I never seen that thing before in my life. I don't even know what it is. But I want no part of it. I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin underneath the meat? This could be simply have been a careless mistake by the chief in the moment of destruction. Don't be assured. We're supposed to believe that this happened an accident in the kitchen? A real must have been happening hidden underneath that steak of plate. If that turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I rip my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. I can't be this a coincidence. Your Excellency. Yes, your counsel. A red coin just happened to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. If that turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I've given up my lawyer's job right now. By all means, this is okay. I'm actually gonna save just in case, because I know that I'm not gonna get this wrong. By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyways. Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is irrelevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here. The point is, this It's so that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing underneath that stake. The owner? Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person that can belong to. The owner of the coin was found underneath the stake before is... Yeah, it's the old man. Obviously, it can only be the antique dealer and the owner of this. Koto, yeah, I know his name. Here, as in Mr. Cucumber something. Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfable. Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct? Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Kubo coin when it happened, at exactly the moment the gun was fired. The gunshot interests me not, but I was too far busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, but what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hirigan Kobin, my prized coin. Then this Huga coin, do you mean to tell me? Oh boy. No, please. Why would Kubin be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense. Which is why I'm asking to bring Kotono back to the witness stand and so we can ask him. Officer, bring both the witness to testify earlier back in here, without a moment delay. Can't believe it. We're back. We're coming back around to the tattoo pairs again. I have a hunch, a strange hunch, that if we were chasing down the real significance of this Kubin, they'll find out the key element to the case. Is it gonna be to be continue? No, still going. Now we got 4 witnesses in the stand. What is this about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for the little boy? If my son's belly is empty, his fiancée is fiercer than a pack of wolves. Expulsion by the police, we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear as false witness. And when cast from the courtroom myself, I become a ruined man in a trance, a worthless miserable antique. Nothing more that I have to say. The sun that has been set on this miserable shop's owner experience. Be as it may, well, something has come to the light that requires your. As far as your result memory serves. Dang, he got his fucking foot stabbed. Yes, that's it. The one. The very one. The very exact one that is. The merciless but the Hugo treasure that was my rusty boots managed to misplace the fateful day. It can't be. As I thought. Young man, I lived despite the old fool, but put me into my misery. Where was my treasure? Where did it drop? Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. We found her coin sandwiched between the steak beef and the plate, soaked in the seasoned meat's juice. Sandwiched? Soaked? Seriously? Clearly, it could have been fallen there by accident, which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose. Somebody concealed my habitual treasure between a slab of meat and the meat plate. Who would do such a thing? Such an intimate thing? Don't know. But we think we might know who it is. Excuse me. Could I say something? Yes, of course. Man, how long is this fucking trial, man? It's been like an hour. It's just like, oh my god, man. Proceed, Inspector. I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate other cases. Yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation. The Carva is a high-class Western course restaurant, while it also a healthy dinner includes many foreigners. Recently, there have been running similar externality thieves targeting the restaurant's richest family. A number such as incidents that have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case and fairly quickly, especially with so many foreigners because affected. So that's why you were sent to undercover. Is that it? Yes. I took the job of waiter to the restaurant in order to flush out the criminals. It seems likely that this Cuban incident is the working of the same thief. Really, to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Kurokoa is all too clear. What? What? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us, who is the person that stole the Kurokoa and hid under the stake? Uh... Wasn't it... Wait, hold up. I'm trying to figure out, was it John H. Wilson or... Was it John H. Wilson? Because I remember I think it said he was a regular. I feel like I'm gonna fail this. I think it was either him or him. I forgot which one that says who was a regular. Oh no. I think it was him because he said he was visiting. So I think it's him because he's a regular. Obviously, it can only be you, Sergeant. What? How? How dare you? You monster. Monster? I stole that Kubo, didn't I? I'm a master thief of La Carva, am I? You're seriously accusing me for these crimes, candidate? But it wasn't me. It was Ado. Ado is the mastermind behind all of this. You trying to blame the baby? You would push the blame on your crimes on your own son, an innocent little baby? It's you who is the monster, Sergeant. You... Oh, shit. What the fuck? Wait, Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Nosa preparing to stand down to the Supreme Court, sir. Do any of you know of the exact low wage an Imperial Army pays for those expenses to keep our country safe? I understand the testimony increased the taxable owned by recently end conflicted and remained in place. And I've heard that it's hard to lower rank soldiers to make a living, yes? All I want is to put a hot meal on a plate for my son. That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant. The place is heaving with money. Even 3 days, I got there and do reckless for a target. And I enjoy chopping my way through a good steak at the same time. Sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife or fork even, which it's worrying unbelievably. Your target in that day was the old man in his coupe. Yes, sir. It was an easy mark. I slipped the coin in my pocket without any trouble at all. Virile phantom thief, are you? I was all set to leave steak when I was halfway through divorcing when it happened. Yes, when the professor was shot, I knew if the police conduct a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. 802. So I hit the incriminating evidence as fast as I could on the double. I slipped under the stake, hoping that I was able to retaliate against the later date. Yeah. That is ridiculous. Perhaps you could carry on the tutorial plan in your own time. Well, Miss Brits? Well, of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us. I'm quite sure there is no need to detain you any longer at all. My dear gentleman, please be excused, Your Excellency. Indeed. The thief of the Cuban was clearly impressed by this baby sergeant. It would certainly appear that it would be unrelevant for Dr. Wilson's murder. Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lamb of meat is sheer nonsense. Such an idea, certainly. Nonsense. It is. Well, it's a pick of your meat and biting into without using a knife or fork. It's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Very well. That's all the questions covering for this witness testimony have been answered. I see no further judgment to determine her. Miss Brits, you are free to leave. Is that it? And good day. What's the matter with you? There's no time for daydreaming. Oh no, it's just something about Miss Britt's parting word that got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred me with. I feel like it was a contradiction in there somewhere. Didn't quite add up. And that's the case, then just don't stand there. Make your voice heard. Sorry. You can think later, but if you don't call it out now, it'll be too late for the trial to be over.
Hold it!
Wait, Miss Brits. What is it now? I'm afraid, just one last time. There's something I'd like to ask you. Sorry. I'd like to explain the contradiction that your pardon words for a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction? What new student nonsense is this? Well, what parting words are you talking about? Hiding coin under a lamb of meat. The sheer's nonsense is such an idea astounded me. As for picking up your steak and biting it into without using a knife and a fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Yes, I'm right. What she says does expose is under contradiction. Wait, what is that? We'll just see what they have to say. I'm going to need some evidence, counsel. If Miss Pitt's words truly are, where is the evidence to prove it? Wait, if Miss Pitt's words truly... Wait, what did she say? Hiding a coin under a lamb of meat, the sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. As for picking up your steak and biting it into it without using a fork or knife, it's beyond nonsense. It pure madness. Ooh, I feel like I'm gonna get this wrong, man. I don't want to end this. God damn, that scared the fuck out of me. It's already 9:02, yeah. That scared the shit out of me. That was my Alexa. I was like, what the fuck was that? Okay. If Miss Britt's words truly are contract. What do I do? Which one is it? What did she say earlier? Hiding a coin under a lamb of meat. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. As for picking up your steak and biting it into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Wait, what did she say? Very well, now because niggas are... When does she say this? Alright, I'm gonna get this wrong. Okay, wait. Hiding a coin under a lamb of meat. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. And as for picking up your steak and biting it into it without using a fork or knife, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Picking up your steak and biting it without using a knife. I'm gonna get this wrong. Oops. Currently, Your Excellency, the steak was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed. Now just split hairs. Not true. Doesn't something about this steak as is very unusual? Unusual? What on earth do you mean? Extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's eaten. Oh. I see you noticed it too, Miss Britz. Noticed what exact, Counsel? Just a few moments ago, Miss Britz claimed no Englishman can ever compliment picking up a steak and biting it without using a knife and a fork. Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman for herself. And take a look at the steak, in particular the edge where it's eaten. Oh, there's bite marks. Ah. Looks like Miss Britz has realized something. So, if the witness, as she claims, was like eating anything without using a knife or fork, there should have been teeth marks on that steak. But what's your actual point? Perhaps the doubtful Miss Britz was really hungry. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Oh, whatever you say, dear lady. As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea will be with the Mr. Joseph who can't possibly wait any longer. Of course. They'll be all over in the blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this... Oh, damn. I heard that enough. Your little squiggly samurai relic. Oh, of course. Dear lady. What's the matter, Miss Britz? Have you refundled your feathers? Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She realized that the teeth marks in the steak have for her. Do you know where you're going with this? Yes. Now at last, it all comes together. The mysterious teeth marks in the steak have allegedly been eaten with culinary. The reason why the blood stain I know... Wait, can I see? The reason why the bloodstain I know I somehow seem to have been disappeared. And then most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. I accepted that these teeth marks in the steaks are a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. But how exactly are you suggest that tell us? Everything, Your Excellency. Everything? Yes, I believe that this Barnick teeth marks in the steak here are molecular evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove to beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson. Conclusive evidence? How many times do I have to hear that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase, typical Japanese empty threats. How could you be so sure? Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, we'd have to present it in our court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't brought up before the court yet. Has it been what? But just because it's been shown yet, it doesn't mean that the evidence doesn't exist. That's absurd. The trial has run several hours already and has yet said an evidence yet brought forward. That can't be. I don't believe it has to. I don't. But there is someone who does have it. Someone in the very courtroom. And if that person was willing to submit the piece of evidence I referred to, we'll solve every remaining mystery about this case. Very well. I have a feeling that this will be my very last request from the defendant of the trial. This is why we're gonna save. Who will propose the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth about the whole affair? Is it you? Counsel? I'm disappointed. Ah, come on. Come on, say there's one person. Don't tell me it's gonna be this dude. The answer is obvious. Then it's the Spectre. What? I have it? Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's No, I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focusing on the stake with teeth marks. Yes. Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosos told to the court the following. I enjoyed chomping on my way through the good steak. And, as well as admitting to stealing the Kodo coin, he told us that he slipped under the steak. You watched it, candidate? I'm the superior officer. Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the stake you put in the coin under, in fact, your own stake? Touché. Affirmative, of course. I might have been a soldier in the Imperial Naval Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreigner gentle lady if she'd mind if me mishandling her meal behind something in it. In other words, the stake that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Noah's meat. But that makes no sense. That plate was taken from the victim's table. Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take a bite out of her steak, nor does she have an opportunity to steal the coin. Of course, she didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire. Well then, how do you explain this paradox? Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two steaks over. You did switch the plates? Well, after it happened, when I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my own eyes, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hid the coin underneath it. But then, when the waiter announced that it was under policemen, I thought I had it. If I decided to investigate my slab of meat, I'll be getting my Mr. Order. So, when the candidate here was arrested and taken off from the kitchen, I seized my chance. The baby. With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one in the four-year-old lady's table. What? You can't have. I never saw you did such a thing. It was called an Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time to switch a plan. It was do or die, I tell you. Oh yes, I did what I had to be done. Unbelievable. However, fear not. What now? I swear on the bracelet button on my uniform, that's all I did, sir. All you did? That's penalty, Sergeant.
Yes.
So, if the Sergeant Noah picked up the plates over, it means that he took Miss Bristol's steak and the plate was on back on his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector? Yes. Earlier in this trial, you told me the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Britt's steak after the incident, but you also took the sergeant's. That the piece of evidence you have taken both. Uh-oh. That's correct. Then please present the court now. Present that it actually was the victim's table at the precise moment that he was shot. What could this possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold stab, tough meat, could have slightly bearing on the case. No, you're not running away without this time, lady. I beg your pardon? Oh, she's getting frustrated, man. Surely you're not that forgivable. Surely you remember the reason why the steak pan promised to prove such a problem with you, no? You're the ones who decided that it was a problem, not me. The reason the defendant asked to see the plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing. Thinks he remembers? I'm quite sure what I saw, Miss Britz. On the side of the plate, there was a table directly behind Dr. Wilson. That there was clearly a splatter of blood from the gunshot wound over the victim's chest. I believe that the defendant's memory served him very well. And now we have evidence to prove it, that the plate you were eating from, Miss Britz. It is now prolonged any further. Inspector, will you show us the evidence in the courtroom? Present the beefsteak and the plate that was originally on the victim's plate at the time of the incident. Yes, sir. Oh, shit. There it is. Sorry to keep you. Here's the other steak at this plate. Please, feel free to examine it. And there it is. The blood stain. It's clearly visible. Look.
Yes.
Now that makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the table shows that the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for a neural to have shot the victim. It can't be. In fact, there is only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. Sure, everyone knows by now who the person is. Uh-oh. That's right. Miss Julia Britz. I can see some... It's you. Uh-oh. Outdone by a Japanese? Me? By a Japanese schoolboy? No, no, no. What the hell? Are there like baby chicks flying off of there? What the fuck? Like how there's like a black baby chick. Please excuse my little outburst. I believe I lost my composure. How'd you lose your composure? Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me. Well, Miss Brits, I think it's time for you to tell the court what actually happened on that day. The truth this time. Gladly, Your Excellency. It was I who took the professor's life using Curia. As you Samura, I choose that particular day on for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extractor of one of his teeth this morning. So you plan to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would have been found in his water. But the cura is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course, I never intend to remain at the restaurant for any longer as I did. I only need to see the professor take one tiny sip of this water, and it will be all over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear though he had been eating dinner alone. Ah. I leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose. Yes, you. Who else? Such a terrific matter, the fact that you decided to come over and greet the professor meant that I have lost my chance to slip away notice. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure that he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. Then there's no going back at this point. So I considered a plan to slurb for the moment. A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on an innocent man? I happen to know that the professor always carries a gun. Oh. So I decided to use the fact to my advantage. I had a bottle of Cura in my handbag. And my own pistol was under my skirt. Under your skirt? So I was right. There were 2 guns. Yes. And then I finished my coffee. I got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which had presently placed on the floor. Placed where you were sure that I would have noticed. And everything went according to plan, and you noticed the gun, and I intend. And then, just as soon as you bent down to pick it up, there it is. That's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion which the point of the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Rosa was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to a pantry to address to the kitchen and locked him inside. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around. Because of course, you need to make it look like the defendant shot Dr. Wilson from... Oh, that's how she did it, huh? So there you have it. That's the entire of my Miss Braham. Your Excellency? Yes. I wonder. May I speak in your May I speak with you in private later? I shall call on you. Sorry. Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me. Is she gonna leave? It would seem that this trial has finally run its course. I'm concerned that the prosecution of this agreement, yes, this can't be, does not lose. Not like this rookie student. You better start getting used to the tough opponents. Ugh. Yes. This insult of this original family name will never be forgiven. You become council of an age council, but the old have to stand aside and make the way for a new. Oh dang, he's about the sword? The way of the world may never forgive that. And thousands of millennia may pass, and still, the Naruto clan will never measure up the Naruto clan. This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, goes down in history as part of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryan Narusan, presents an excellent case. I gotta take out my headphones, man, because it kind of hurts. I don't even know why I'm wearing these headphones. Thought that I was able to just listen to all this, but I really can't. I'm gonna have to figure out whenever I have a chance to kind of do this. So, yeah, we'll figure it out. Hopefully, I don't know. Okay, I thank you, Your Excellency. The use of evidence and intimidation to reveal the truth is a modern method. After all, it has been a few short decades since our country opened its doors for wider worlds. But the Western idea of science are rapidly gaining appendance here. Sorry, I can't read. I'm sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and a new prosecutive justice. And a new future of law awaits, but what it look like, I can't begin to imagine. That this is young to pursue. Kozo Yagagi? Yes. After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey discovering to the influential British Empire. Learning all you can, absorb everything in the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. I understand, Your Excellency. What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Never mind. As for you, Ryan Hostin, yes. In you, I sense, how could I put this, unusual potential. I'm very much looking forward to see how you carry that outward. Thank you, Your Excellency. It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant Ryan Naruto's not guilty. Yeah. Let's do it. Sorry, I was writing a tweet. This court is now adjourned. Man. It's been almost 2 hours. We're recording for like an hour and 40 minutes. November 2nd, 2 p.m. So we record jury capture. I don't know why it's called jury capture. It's kind of weird. Can't believe it. I can't believe what happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial. You finally put it up. You finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. No. It's a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra large chocolate for that place on the University Street. Don't forget. Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off. Congratulations to both of you to prove Naruto-san's innocence. Our trusty and just assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know. Oh no, I didn't do anything. Thank you very much. If we haven't had that research report of Miss Brett, I didn't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be my father. Should be for my father, sorry. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me for intruding on court process, Your Excellency. Multiple justice to the defendants. Speaking of Migatoba, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Naruto, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you after all. Your efforts exposing the true criminal that took the life of my good old friend. Good friend? Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yemi University, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. Professor Migatoba studies overseas himself. He went to study fabric medicine in Great Britain. Precisely, that's when you met Dr. Wilson. Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, and you worked together? I never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago again. It was a long time ago now. Besides... it's your turn, Asio. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads to the world. In science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happened in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear on this spirit of the Exlo clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. And cut down anything that's in my way. Yes, I definitely see how sharp it's already with my own eyes. That reminds me, what happened to that woman? To Julie Bartz, I mean? After all, she is guilty of murder. Ah, yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but... What do you mean? Surely she's gone to face the trial herself now. She's a true culprit, after all. She will be leaving Japan in a near future for... Wait, she'll be leaving Japan in a near future for shogi. What? Shinshai? Miss Brits will not appear in the courtroom again in this country. I'm certain of that. What? But why not? It's a matter of concluding injury. Inspector? It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must but it's all about but it's all this about country and jurisdiction. We can't try this particular Voyager for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then who will bring her to justice? The Burning Council Court will hear her case somewhere far away where our voice can't be heard. But what a coincidental court. Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought coincidental courts were a thing of the past now, but that's we signed the friendly treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then, so long as it's not a serious incident of a highly particular nature of our government, they can't invoke the coincidental court like that. Oh, they can't? Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify a government making secret agreements about her fate, doesn't it? Something strange is going on. Sorry, I'm just trying to charge my iPad here. There we go. So Miss Brits can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan? I'm afraid that's for the young student. Today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of culprit to her. I don't believe it. The British government's Foreign Affairs Miss Millie has determined that we hand over custody to Miss Brits. They're obviously taking this case and of our student committing murder is very serious. Damn. But it's all going to change for now. We can make a change. This is time for the great thermal, this new era held by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, changing is coming, and we're the ones driving it. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebration drink. But Professor, you're right. There's no time to gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Lucille's not guilty verdict, so let's have some fun. In that case, might I suggest La Carva? I'm a head waiter. I should be delighted to prove you with a apple food and drink. You're a detective, aren't you? Let's not worry about the details for now. To La Carva, you will accompany us, Professor. Of course, La Carva's food is second to none. I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruto-san's release. Oh yes, thank you. So Joel Blitz won't be tied here. I suppose that means I never know. That I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Kazuma? Yes. What was that? Oh, that was Instagram. Sorry. I just wanted to say thank you. That's all. You really saved my skin today. I didn't do that thing. You were a lawyer in there, weren't you? That defendant was all on your own. Your skills made a difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. Sorry. I'm not sure about that. To be honest, something kept occurring me over and over again during the trial. I couldn't help but think maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. What? Come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it'd only be right at a very start of a trial. But you have a natured talent for it, for being a defendant lawyer, I mean. Oh no, not me. All this tension, verbal combat, I never wanted to go through that ever again. Uh, I just. I didn't want you to tell me to do it, that's all, but I know I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry, what do you mean that's the point? Listen, do you know what the most comfortable weapon of any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No. The ability to believe. To believe? To believe in what? The defense lawyer has to fight for his clients and has to believe in them at all times. Like you believe in me when I say you didn't do it. Sorry, hold on. I gotta read this really quick. Alright, sorry I'm back. I'm human, just like you. I do have some superhuman ability to know the truth, but you have to make a choice about what to believe in and stick it to when you defend someone. Something in the courtroom, you really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you choose to believe in then. Well, that's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Uh, Believe in your clients. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer that previously man, previously little real experience, but you never stopped believing in me. Well, you face simply hopeless situations time and again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it, though your own efforts and because you never stopped believing in me. Thanks, Kazuma. There's something I wanted to ask you, actually. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. Sounds serious. What is... Ah, you're still here, are you? Oh, Inspector. I arranged some rickshaw for us. Let's go. Thank you. We'll be right there. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory. And your tour to Great Britain, don't forget. Ah, yes, that too. Well, that's it then. So, so many, so many first trials come to end. Kazuma, Professor Mikotoba, Satoru-sama, who acted as my assistant, Inspector Hyuga-sama, who didn't really play in much part of it, but still. It was because of the help of such an support of these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hasn't yet managed to ask his favor to me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. The end. There we go. Oh my god, man. That is it. I think... Oh, fuck. Oh, there it is. So we got 1, 2, 3... Wait, there's only 4 episodes? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, just 5, okay. Making sure. But... yeah, so like I said, we only got 1 more episode left. We got 1 episode, which is the adventure of the Unbreakable Spectral Band. So yeah, that is it. So next time we'll do episode 2 of this. And we can go ahead. Yeah, we haven't started yet, so I think we should be fine. Yeah, because I think we can just... yeah, we can just do that, so... so that is it. So... oh, man. I love fucking... I love this game, man. No joke. I can't wait until... we get until I get the other one where we have, I think it was 3 more games. It was the Apollo Justice, and then there was like another, and there's like 2 Ace Attorneys that's like together. I gotta see what it was called. Oh, what is it called? It was fucking yeah, because there were, yeah, the Apollo, the Apollo Justice trilogy. Yeah, because this one has like 3 games. This has, yeah, what was the, I'm trying to, oh, here it is. So we have, yeah, so it's the Ace Attorney Apollo Justice, and then Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright Dual Descendants, and then Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright The Spirit of Justice. So yeah, that is the next well, like I said, that's the next game that I don't know if that is going to be the next game, but like I said, it's just that I gotta find where I can. Alexa, shut up. Sorry. But yeah, like I said, I want to try to get that game. I'm gonna regret saying this. Alexa, what notifications do I have?
One new notification from Amazon. On Monday, there's a chance of rain near you in New Berlin, starting around 8 a.m. and continuing intermittently until around 6 p.m.
That is it. You're literally send me that. I don't care. I don't give a shit. But that is about it. So yeah. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name's Alex, and I'll see you guys probably maybe tomorrow if I feel like I want to play some games or not. I don't know. We'll see. I have to cook anyways, so, and I feel like it's gonna be a long day. So see you guys later. Peace.